You're welcome back to News Insights. We are taking a leap to Kano, where, some youth, APC youth, came up to say, oh, we are not expecting Kwankwaso to join us. We don't need Kwankwaso to join us. Kwankwaso is a spent force in political space. Kingsley, do you believe Kwankwaso is a spent force in Nigerian political space?
Well, since 1999, Kwankwaso has been there, even before 1999, but since this Fourth Republic, he's been there. Governor of Kano State, he didn't come back for re-election. After the last governor did, he came back for, he's been there. It was Shekarau, and all that. Came back, he's been Minister of Defense, and so many other things that he has been. Now he formed the political party. Exactly, NNPP. He installed the governor in Kano State. We were privileged to interview the chairman of NNPP the last time, the national chairman of NNPP. And to me, if you want to ask my own opinion, they always use their past as a bargain for the future or for now, and all that. Now, installing the Kano State governor at this particular time, a lot of people, I don't know whatever is happening in the political party at this moment, but they've been defection. People that have stood by him and they became Kwankwasias. They've been moving from the party, senators and other notable people from the party. But I think it stems from the fact that there's been some rumors in the polity that he wants to move to APC and also...
And this people are cashing into the rumor.
We don't want you. We don't want you. And I think what he's trying to gun for, from what we are hearing from feelers, is the fact that he wants to be the vice presidential...
To whom?
To Tinubu.
What do you do with your team?
There were some rumors also in the space that they want a vice presidential candidate that is a Christian.
But Kwankwaso is also not a Christian.
Exactly. You see, that's when the whole stuff is coming in. But we also know that he has met with Tinubu, not too long ago.
Even before Tinubu was there, these are people of the same echelon.
Exactly. They were governors at the same time together,
so there's no
and all that.
deal.
But I don't think he's that strong enough to hold a political strength
anymore. Okay, these youth are saying 80% of Kwankwaso, at least in Kano, has decamped to APC already. One of the senators, I think Senator Abdurrahman, Kano South, has also decamped to APC. That the Deputy Senate President, that's Senator Jibrin Barawa, has been doing a lot of political leadership that is required for APC to have been so attractive, even in Kano. So that Kwankwaso, it doesn't even have a base anymore. That coming to APC now, there shouldn't be any noise about it. That they don't really need him for anything.
There's a spent force.
There's a spent force. How could this be the position of Kwankwaso? Somebody that rejected being a vice president for Obi just 2 years ago.
That was mighty for the Kwankwaso, a movement in Kano. A movement that shook that state. A movement that fought a sitting governor and succeeded in replacing getting his own person to win who the sitting governor brought. So what has happened between this period? Why has his power win in Kano? Why has he not done right? That's questions I ask. Because when you become a lord and you overload yourself over people without minding their personal feelings, how they feel about your leadership, you are missing it. Last election, Kwankwaso was a force that was recognized. At the point, people were thinking Kwankwaso and Obi coming together would have been the best for Nigeria. But two of them wanted to be top of the ticket, so it didn't work out. And see the way these kids are ridiculing him. I don't blame him. We are forgetting something. The current chairman of APC, Danduje, and here they have a political fight. I don't think they've resolved. That fight got so deep that when this governor came in, he started demolishing structures. That was big by Danduje. And this you talking, do you think they are talking on their own? Don't you think they were sponsored to come and ridicule him? And what they say might not be true, far from the truth. Him coming in might destabilize APC in Kano. But you won't come in as ordinary person.
And this their attitude. Let's forget the fact, Kingsley, that these are youth talking, APC youth, talking. There is this resistance from the internal core of APC. Wherever these defections are happening, let it be in Delta, let it be wherever, the real APC people, they are not really too happy with these people coming. Because these are the people that we were fighting with. Like in the last election, Kano was almost a battle in a way.
It was.
Because Ganduje, the governor, was doing all he could. Meanwhile, Kwankwaso movement, also being in the ticket for the presidential election, was doing all he could personally. But at the end of the day, Yusuf, was
emerged through the court process.
Yeah, through court process. Through election and
through the court process, ratified it.
It was really a battle. How does Kwankwaso think that these people are now going to say, welcome, let's work together?
Okay, so let's look at the analogy this way. Kwankwaso and Ganduje were best friends.
Yes.
Don't take that.
I think I saw one bike when they were riding back as
young people. They've been friends
guys.
forever. Then he became his deputy. He's the one person that handed over to his deputy.
Well, it happened in Zafra once during a Yerima.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that one is established. Now, there has not been any time Kwankwaso has been under Ganduje. Now, to a large extent, charismatically, you will see that Kwankwaso is more appealing than Ganduje. Now, if Kwankwaso is absorbed into the APC, so he will be under Ganduje, or he will take the leverage of the fact that he knows the president personally. Will the president treat him better than he's treating Ganduje? I don't know. These are all the offerings on the table.
Ganduje held the fort.
Exactly.
Ganduje held the fort. And Kwankwaso have, like you said, this charisma, because even becoming vice president was
a threat.
Was difficult for him. And Nigeria today, it has been proven very clearly that Kwankwaso is nowhere near close to be. Popularity, in terms of anything.
I asked the chairman the last time, I said, your party seems to be like a regional party. And he said, no, they have some spread over the whole place. But as we know, what they held sway is in Kano State. A little of Jigawa. Do you understand? And maybe Katsina a little bit, but it's just a fraction of it that's happening. So now, if Kwankwaso comes, because we're talking about the mathematics of why they don't want him to come.
Yes.
Now, if he goes into APC now, so who becomes the leader of the party in Kano State?
Well,
knowing too well also that the governor is installed, because I feel the governor is also going to follow him to
most likely.
If
what happens in Delta
State is something to go by. Do you understand? So the governor also will have his own candidate of who wants to be the governor of Kano State.
Okay, let's not speculate at all. But do you think these youths are acting on their own impulse, or there are leaders who are scared of Kwankwaso coming into APC to outshine them? Then they are not talking to these youths to take up they take up their voices and they speak against Kwankwaso coming into APC.
The voice is of the youth, but the mind behind it are not theirs. This is a well-structured resistance to Kwankwaso through youth. There are people that come out and speak. They will feel like it's an attack on him. Don't forget, it's a movement, it's the name. So some people are not even so certain of what to say to the public that might hurt you politically. So what use this youth? They're expendable. So they're doing people's bidding. But what they're saying is the truth. If it comes in, that will be a major issue in APC structure in Kano. See, are they willing to trade to get him in? Once he comes there, I'll be trading. Then they need to trade something. And for him, for the fact that he has made our president, and then was not there. Nobody knew what they discussed. So there's an apprehension in the air. He's not going to come in as an elderly member. So some people that had serious stake in the party in Kano, and the ones sponsoring these issues, pushing them to come and speak their mind. So that's my take on it.
Let's evaluate Kwankwaso in all he's been doing since he lost the presidential election. He wasn't the only one that lost. P2B lost, Atiku lost, Kwankwaso lost, But we've been hearing flashes of Atiku criticize this government. Unlike before, he doesn't say A or B. Once he loses the election, he runs to Dubai. And when there's time for another election, he will come down, tell everybody to step down for him. and he takes the ticket and go to the market. But that didn't happen exactly the same way this time. So there are flashes of him criticizing Asiwaju or the
That's Atiku, right?
Yeah, Atiku, yes. Then Obi has been the voice of opposition.
Even Bala Mohammed said that.
Yes, has been the voice of opposition. But Kwankwaso, we didn't see him act like somebody that lost the election in the first place. Was it from day one thinking he's going to join APC?
I think what Kwankwaso did was that he formed his own political party, NNPP, and became the presidential candidate.
He didn't form it. He took it over from
Okay.
There was a negotiation from the real owners.
From the people that formed the area. But go and dig in the formation of NNPP and see how it was formed in the first place.
Yeah, well,
but let's leave that one.
Okay.
Now look at how he came in and used what he did was he used the party to bargain for his stand.
Yeah.
Because from other sources that we heard from was the fact that even that of the courts were negotiated. But that's okay. Those are speculations. Now he has at least something to hold on to. Maybe the president said, just leave that Kano for him. Maybe later we can use it, and all that, because the second largest vote we normally get in the country also, is it the first? I can't remember. It's from Kano State. So he's not really an opposition party leader. He has also said that he would prefer Tinubu more than Peter Obi. He has said that, I heard him say when they were negotiating for coalition that time and all that. So he feels he's a much bigger
But
politician.
politics doesn't also go that way. Let's take a little leap to international levels. A great opportunity that Kwankwaso actually missed. Joe Biden, before Obama's election, had spent decades, years in the Senate. In American Senate.
Since when he was 25.
Since 1 year, a big figure like that picked a ticket to be vice president to Obama, who had just spent about 2 years in the Senate as his first political office. You understand?
In fact, that was his first time in being a senator.
Yes.
Apart from the state, being a senator in the state.
Yes.
That was the first time. And he was a junior senator.
He was a junior senator.
You're going somewhere.
From Illinois. Yeah. A junior senator. And at the end of the day, Joe Biden was his VP. And pew, they won the election. Granted, Joe Biden couldn't continue, and Al Gore and had they lost to the election.
Trump.
Yeah, how they lost the election to
Trump?
No. So how they lost the election, and eventually, at the end of the day, you still see that Joe Biden was still able to come back to be president. I was just looking at it. This golden opportunity that Kwankwaso lost with Obi, why didn't he walk in that line for I would say reenactment, because they never did it. Why didn't he walk in that line for 2027?
Yeah, 2027.
Yes. He lost it.
Now let me pick it from there.
Okay. No, so why would he do that? Why his mindset in 2023 was, I am bigger than
let's say let's treat that as an error.
But no. He can't walk in that mind.
But he realized that he's not bigger than Obi. Certainly, more people voted for Obi to be president than more people voted for him.
Now, this will show that the influence he claimed that he had was usually only within Kano. Even though he's not even a bright for VP candidacy.
As it is.
As it is now.
He can't compete fairly.
No, he's not. His party has disintegrated under his watch. They've been in president crisis. And again, he has shown that
Peter B might not even accept him.
Now
he's not a bride. If he is scale of 1 to 10, it should be about 9 or 10.
In the position.
Yes.
Having better candidates.
In 2003, he made us believe that he has widespread acceptance. Now that's why most people wanted the two tickets.
Yes.
But Kwankwaso will control the north, Obi have the south. That's what we believe. But after election, we find that it's not true.
Okay, let's look at.
So if you are saying this, the youth might not be wrong. It means that Kwankwaso is not really any
As at 2022, 2021, up to 2023, Kwankwaso had a sway. He had a movement called Kwankwasias. That's number one. Number two, look at the whole North Central. North Central gives us the highest vote. You're talking about Kano, Kaduna, Katsina. Their vote
Northwest.
is Northwest. Northwest. We're in North Central. Northwest. They give us the highest vote. Do you understand? Now, if Kwankwaso was able to spread from Kano to Jigawa to Katsina, if he was on the ballot as a vice presidential candidate, right, there would have been a landslide winning between him and Obi. Because from North Central, Obi took Abuja, took Nasarawa, Plateau, right? He has divided it. Then from the southeast, I mean, he took everywhere. South, he took everywhere. Is the work not done? One Lagos. Do you understand? Now, from circulation, from Ondo State, they even won all those other places. But let's forget that one.
What you are saying is that why Northwest didn't even vote for Kwankwaso that much was that they didn't think he was going to win.
Yeah, of course they did.
But if he was working with Obi.
Don't forget what Erufai said. Erufai said, you look at who we win.
And also, if Kwankwaso was on ticket with Obi as at that time, Obi's campaign in the Northwest would have been more elaborate.
More. Yes.
So that ticket would have
worked.
But now, it is not very sure.
No, it's not sure.
Eventually, the youth might be right, as it is today, that Kwankwaso might not be a strong...
What did you call him? A spent force.
But I didn't call him. They said so.
Okay, all right. The people put it in your mouth.
No. Everyone that says he's looking for political refuge.
They said what?
He's looking for political refuge in APC. He's not coming to add any value.
All right. Let's just hope it's beyond that and things change. You know, Kwankwaso should probably have a way of revitalizing or showing his capacity.
He should throw in his towel.
Oh, you think it's
yes. A lot of them should throw in their towel and go and relax and become elder statesmen and advise what they saw while they are sitting to other younger politicians.
Large in numbers that should actually throw in their towel.
Yes, a lot of them. Especially those in APC.
All right. Yes. Time is gone. Our time is also a spent force. not only Kwankwaso. Well, this is still News Insights. We'll be right back.